Y'all wanted to see the mums? Well, there's the first mums that we planted. Look how they're blooming. Isn't that pretty? And I ended up moving the little Halloween pumpkin and put it in this pot because it was the same color as the mums. But we'll go check out the other ones too. Look at little buddy. Yeah, little buddy. He's a sweetie. Yes, he is. He's a sweetie. He's a sweetie. He's just waking up from his nap. Yeah, he's just waking up from a nap. Well, let's go check out these other mums. Whoops. There's some peppers I forgot to pick. Look at that. It's full of little orange peppers. I gotta pick them on the way back in. Some of them are green. Yeah, that AC's still running. We're in the 80s. Mid to high 80s, so still pretty warm here in Texas. But here's some of the mums here. Look how they're blooming. These are the kind of purplish orange ones. And I got peppers growing here. And I got the mums in there, but I don't know. We'll see. Part of them are pretty good. I just planted them kind of in between the peppers. Now, see, I got peppers here. We'll have to come back out here and get these peppers to fix in my chow chow and stuff I'm going to fix later today. And look at some peppers here. I didn't put a mum in there. And I don't really know why. Maybe because I didn't have one left. I don't know. But I got peppers here. Look at that. They're still little yet. But see, my one rose bush survived in this pot. It was in the partial shade. It's getting ready to bloom. It's got blooms all over it, little buds. And I got one of the mums here between the peppers. Right there. And it's got, more buds on it, so it's getting ready to open up. It's in between these pepper plants. It's pretty windy here today. Part of it died down, but it'll come back out because it's already putting out some blooms. And hopefully they'll survive and come back next spring too. They'll survive through the winter, I'm hoping. And the last one is back here. And it looks like it's going to make it. It's putting out some new buds, flowers. See right there? Part of it died down, but that's to be expected when you transplant something. Some of this dead part off of it. Yeah, that's to be expected to see some that kind of die down. Because it's getting ready to be a little bit cooler weather here. And I've still got zinnias living right there. Look at that. Pretty color. And I got to collect those dead ones when they dry completely so I can have the seeds from them. But my watermelons are pretty much gone. I still got one or two on the vine, but I don't know that they'll ripen up. See there? There's a watermelon there, but the vine's about gone, so. And I got one here that looks still pretty good. It may ripen up. Looks pretty good so far. That one over there's got that blossom end rot stuff on it. So I'm not counting on that one. But see, the vine's pretty much gone. And there's the last collards I planted or transplanted. They're kind of wilted down because of the sun today, because they have not taken, they haven't started putting down new roots in the new bed yet. But for the most part, most of them look pretty good. Yeah, little buddy, you gonna roam the garden with me, huh? You gonna roam the garden with me? Yeah, he's a sweetie. But see, I broke all those down to put in the garden bed for mulch and compost, and see how they growing back. The more you break them, seems like the more they'll grow and put out new leaves for you. I picked all my peppers. Well, except for the ones you saw that I just forgot to get. And look at my holy basil. I'm going to have, I thought I only put 1 or 2 seeds down in there, and I've got probably 40 plants right there in the center. So I'll be able to pull some of those out and move them somewhere else. And there's more of my collard plants that I'm going to have to put somewhere. I'll move them somewhere. I'll find a spot to stick them. And this pepper plant is just determined it's going to fall over. Yeah, still got okra I need to pick. Pick a few more okras out here. You know, that's not many okra plants, but considering there's just one of me. And then I got an okra plant right there that's got a few okra on it that I need to cut. But you know, the garden season is winding down. It's just your fall stuff, you know, your cabbages, your kales, your collards, stuff like that that's going to survive the cold spell. And some of them won't survive. But I do have a few tomatoes. Look at there. I've got a couple tomatoes on my plants. There's 3 right down here. One up there. 2 right there on this one plant. A couple here. Actually, there's 3, 4. So this poor little bush that's been trying to die on me that I've kept watered is still trying to put out some tomatoes. This one was too, this hillbilly. I thought I saw a tomato on it somewhere the other day. Maybe it's one that started to get ripe and I picked it already. But there's one right there. That's a hillbilly. This one's got more than any of them. It's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got about 13 or 14 tomatoes on it. 12, yeah, 13, 14. It's got about 14 tomatoes on it. We only got another week or 2 before we get that first frost, so hopefully they'll ripen, or they'll start to turn a little bit. And if they don't ripen on the vine, I'll pick them and put them in the house and let them finish ripening in there. And see, look at this. It's all busting up. I got to get it down. I thought maybe I'd try to start taking some of the shade cloth down today, because we're going to get rain for the next couple of days. And I don't know how bad the wind's going to get. So I might better go ahead and take the shade cloth down and then start working on the busted canopy frame up here. Because part of it, there's no way I can get it back together. There's just no way. I think it's too bent up and broken up and busted up. And I'm just going to have to get the ladder out here this afternoon and see, there's a couple of tomatoes right there on this one. Got tomatoes coming on that one back there. My Jolly Green or not Jolly Green, it's the Egyptian walking onions right there. I got chives right here. They're not very big, but those are chives, y'all. Now, arugula started growing again since I harvested most of it. I got one good carrot looking back here. It might make a carrot, I don't know. But I got a few radishes. Maybe make a radish or two, I don't know. But that was an experiment to see if they would grow in here. I've got carrots at that end down there, but they're not looking too good. And then I got radishes here. And then I had a carrot come up right there, that big one, from some seed I planted in there the last time that didn't make it. And you can see I harvested all my peppers. I got tomatoes here. It don't look like I'm going to get as many tomatoes this year as I did last year at the end of the season. I guess it's just the difference in the way the weather's been this year. And I have not so far harvested any turnips. But I look like I got a couple down in here. So I might get a few right there. Looks like it's turned into a bulb. One over there. So we'll see. Those are those yellow turnips. First time I've ever planted any of them. And I added soil to this one. But so far there's only 2 that have come up through the soil. Or 3. So we'll see. If not, it makes good mulch. Yeah, I got to get the shade cloth down. I'll leave these poles down because it's too hard to get them in the ground. But I do need to get this shade cloth up here. See the way the wind's blowing? And it pulls it all. So I need to get all that down. And I got to do that this afternoon. At least get the shade cloth up. So the wind just don't tear it all to pieces and pull the boards over. Or that canopy. See how it's all bent up. There's no straightening it. So we'll see what I can do with it this afternoon. I want to do it before it rains, so I got more peppers I got to start picking. And I want to harvest this rutabaga. Look at this. I thought I only had 1 rutabaga growing there, but I ended up with 2. But look how pretty those leaves are. So I need to harvest the leaves. Look at that. And those 2 rutabagas and cook them. And I got 1 there. More tomatoes. I got blooms on all the tomatoes, but you know, they may not make tomatoes before cold weather. Couple there. Like I said, I picked all my peppers, or tried to pick them all the other day, and there's one. There's 2 up here I didn't get. I'll have to make some stuffed peppers after I make my cowboy candy relish and all this other stuff that I'm going to make. Clematis. Yeah, even my clematis didn't look as good this year. But I've got my basil in there. I've got two plants of basil that I got to harvest and dry. I've got a tub of there's a tomato there. I hear some kitty cats howling in the background. That one looks like it's dying off. There's more peppers there. I always find more peppers, y'all. Especially the hot ones. And this year I've got quite a few bell peppers, so. But look at this. There's some that I missed. I'm trying to get it off without breaking the bush. That's the pepper I was after. I always said I'm not doing this when I'm walking around filming anything. But sometimes that's the only time I see these peppers. And I'm walking around to pick them, I don't see them. I need to go ahead and get that one. And some of my pepper plants are not looking too good. It's just a change in the weather. Let's see, I got this basil. This basil's not looking too awfully good, but the top of it's pretty. And it needs to be cut down again. Ain't that right, little buddy, huh? Ain't that right? Let me put these peppers down. I'm about to drop them all. I mean, that was a handful right there. I was about to drop them. But see, I need to harvest this rosemary and dry it. Look at these two pretty tomatoes. I'm going to leave them on there till the very day I think it's going to frost, and then I'll pick them and put them on the counter for them to ripen on the counter. And I got one there. That's one of the bigger ones. There goes a pepper. Another pepper. Some of the peppers are hard to see because, look, there's one. Right there. The peppers are kind of hard to see because the leaves cover them sometimes and you don't see them, even though you think you're looking real good. And there's another one right there. Right there, y'all. I got a bell pepper down there. I'm going to let a few of the bell peppers still grow, though, because I want to fix some cowboy bell peppers. Cowboy stuffed peppers. And I don't need the hot peppers to do that. Here's another one. My goodness, I could have got it easier from the other side, I think. See? And I just picked them all. And like I said, they hide from you. And you think you got all of them, and you don't. There's one up here. See? Another one. And of course, some of them were kind of little. So they were hiding behind the leaves. And some of them, if they were too little, I just didn't pick them anyway because I wanted them to get bigger. But I know I got some more Hungarian hot peppers back there that I need to pick. See, when they were the size of that, I wouldn't pick them unless I'm going to put them in the hot vinegar bottles. Then I'll pick the little ones. But I found another spot where Lucky's been laying. He got in my hosta pot, evidently last night, and laid my hosta leaves over. Almost broke that one completely off. So you see I've got sticks stuck around it to keep him out of it. I don't know, I may have to find another home for Lucky. He just won't stay out of my pots. Yeah, some of them are dying like that one because they're breaking off. The wind's breaking them off. So when the limb doesn't get nutrition and water like the rest of them, they'll start dying off. And see how close the house is to mine? I'm glad I own the lot between me and them. At least it gives me a little bit of space between my yard and their yard. They're not finished it yet. They haven't done the yard at all. They were supposed to put up a privacy fence around it. They haven't done that yet. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and give you an update. And look at there, there's a pepper here. Bell pepper. There's several on there that weren't big enough to pick, like that one the other day. And it's not really big enough to pick now, so I'm going to leave it. And I got quite a few eggplant. Well, not quite a few. I got a few. Like I got an eggplant there. I got one back there. Right here. Got several more blooms on the plant. I've got an eggplant here. More blooms on that one. And I got tomatoes. See, my tomatoes are kind of strung out. But I still do have tomatoes, y'all. Right there. And right there. And I got some on these other plants too. Like the Roma. I got a couple of Romas. Got another tomato back there. They're just all hidden in these plants. But I do have tomatoes. And I've got more eggplant here. I think I picked all the eggplant off of this one. But I got one coming right there. And it's got more blooms, so unless we get a hard freeze within the next couple of weeks, hopefully my eggplant will produce a few more. And see, tomatoes. Tomatoes down there on the bottom. I'm about to drop my peppers, y'all. That's the reason I'm dropping the camera, see? 3 of them right there. And like I said, I'm not getting any tomatoes like I did last year. I mean, I got way more tomatoes this time of year last year than I'm getting this year. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Tomato up there. And tons of blooms. But, you know, like I said, we may not have time for them to produce tomatoes and do anything. My Egyptian walking onions. My collards here. And all of these transplants are looking pretty good. These are too. Sometimes, you know, if you, like I said, you transplant them too soon, they don't make it. They've got to at least have like 4 or 5 leaves on them to survive. And I got a cucumber coming up right there with that collard. Look at little buddy. Hanging out. He's just hanging out with me. I got a pepper up there, bell pepper. Yeah, it's pretty windy today. I got to get that shade cloth down. At least get the shade cloth down, and then I can worry about the frame if I don't get all of it down. Look there, I got that many more peppers. Didn't I, wee little buddy? Yeah, we picked more peppers today. Yes, we did. We got more peppers. He's looking at me like, okay, well, what are we going to do now? And I hear Lucky over there. I hear Lucky. My two garden buddies. If I can just keep Lucky out of my flower pots. I wouldn't mind him even getting in there, but he lays on the plants and it kills my plants. Yeah, little buddy never does that. I've never seen him in one of my pots. I don't know why, but he just doesn't, he doesn't care to get in a pot. He has no desire to get in one of the pots. Pretty little garden buddies, fur babies. My two fur babies. Yeah, the two fur babies that take up here. Yeah, I know, you want loving. You want some loving. Yes, you do. You want loving. You got more stickers on you. We're going to have to brush you again. Yeah. We're going to have to brush you some more. What you think, little buddy, huh? You moving my peppers. You moving my peppers. Yeah, you moving my peppers. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with me, going around the garden with me. But some of you mentioned that they wanted to know how the mums were doing, so I thought I'd come out here and show you that the mums are surviving and they're trying to put out more blooms. Look at that. He's going to pose for you. He's going to pose for you. They both posing. Yeah, they both posing. Well, like I said, y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I need views, y'all. My views are down. Watch my videos. Tell other people to watch my videos. Bye now.